to another episode of Manny Things, a channel where I bring you along to whatever I'm doing and I share it with you. Today, I want to discuss a topic of how to get good at shooting. I know there's a lot of us trying to get our game up in our pistol proficiency. And one way is repetition. And repetitions can be good and or bad. Good reps are good. Doing a lot of bad reps ingrains bad habits, and those are bad. We do not want to have those. But there's also another part of getting good in with those repetitions is putting yourself under a sort of time constraint or limitation. And the only way of really putting yourself under a time constraint is with a timer. What you need to be good at shooting is a timer. This here is the Competition Electrics Pocket Pro 2. It is probably the most used timer on any range, used by competition shooters, ROs, even tactical trainers, because time is one of the only true forms of measurement besides accuracy. So it doesn't matter how fast you are if you don't get the hits, but if you take 10 million years to get all those hits, it doesn't mean anything either. So yeah, you can take forever and shoot. Some great features of this Competition Electrics Pocket Pro 2 is it's got adjustable volume settings, intensity settings to pick up different sounds and make it easier to pick up things that you need to hear, like shot intensity to make sure you're not picking up shots from across the bay at someone else, getting only your times from your timer. It has a great feature of being a random beep or a instant beep, because you can set it to different par times as well, from down to 0.1 par time all the way up to whatever you need it to be. I don't see why you need it very long, but different modes and times, and you can set it up pretty well. It's very used. I've had this thing for over a year now. It's a very decent option. It's about $125, or you can get a gray one for $130, I think. There are some other good timers out in the market, like the CED products, Competition Edge Dynamic. There's the CED timers as well as the Commander timer. I want to demonstrate how the Pocket Pro 2 works. So I've got it already set for a 1.5 second par time. I'm going to work on my AIWB draw from concealment. All firearms have been cleared beforehand. So I'm just going to have it set up. It's going to give me a random beep. So I've got the timer all set. It's got set up to a random beep anywhere from 1 to 4 seconds. It's going to beep. And I'm going to draw from the holster and aim at a 7-yard simulated target, an A zone. So here we go. Now that I felt very confident in getting that 1.5 second par time, I'm going to drop it down to maybe like a 0.3 or a 0.2, and I'm going to keep working on it until I can get down to maybe the 1.1 second AIWB draw I think I can get on a regular, consistent basis. And working those par times down is a good thing, but you want to be able to test yourself cold, so trying yourself out and seeing how fast you are, and then see how that correlates into live fire, because typically there could be a 10 to 20% time difference from dry fire to live fire, because you know there's a loaded gun in your presence. And it's just one of those things that sometimes it just feels differently because you're practicing a little bit different in dry fire. In dry fire, you might be to the trigger prep instead of the break, but when you're firing the gun, the trigger has to break and reset. So there's things that are a little bit different from dry fire to live fire. So there's things to consider when doing practices and seeing how they correlate from dry to live fire. And thank you guys for checking out the video. I wanted to do something like this for a little bit, and it just took a little bit of time to think about it, how to get it all set up. So just remember, guys, put yourself on the timer. Get yourself a timer. You might not be able to use a Pocket Pro 2 or a Commander, but go ahead and go. There's plenty of phone apps you can get. I mean, there's plenty that are free, a couple bucks. I think the one on my phone that I used for a while was called Make Ready Lite. It was a free version of Make Ready. That app in the paid version can give you commands like USPSA commands or IDPA commands for making the ready and getting on that gun. So there you have it, guys. Just some things to consider. Get yourself a timer, and you might see yourself improve, because the only true thing is time and accuracy. So if you liked the video, guys, hit that like button. Smash it if you feel like you have to. Really, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And hit the notification bell so you let the YouTube wizards know you want to watch another video of Manny's Things. Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. All right, guys. Until next time, get out and do the things.